Hey everybody, welcome back to more Dawn of War. Mission 8, let's go!
The great enemy managed to steal the key from out of our very grasp. Damn the Eldar and their arrogance. Had we not been delayed in reaching the key, we could have denied the ruinous powers their prize. We still have no idea what this key does. According to the Eldar Witch, Inquisitor Toth holds these answers. If this is true, then he has a good deal to explain. The least of which is not why he would withhold information that could allow us to better fight the forces of chaos. Could he be tainted? The thought is unimaginable. Even more concerning, we know now that we face more than mere chaos cults, but members of an actual traitor legion. The very Marines who turned against our Emperor some 10 millennia ago. Luckily, our scouts were able to track their sorcerer and his entourage back to their base of operations. It is located not far from our current position. I relish in the opportunity to bring death to these blasphemous traitors.
Oh my goodness, look at that. There's a... looks like a rift opening up over there. Interesting. Yes!
My lord, blood ravens approach from the south.
How did they get so close? My lord, these flies are minor annoyances. We have the key and ample bodies to imprison the blood ravens behind a wall of corpses, while we complete the ceremony. Your assurances leave me cold, Sindri. Events have proven my words true in every turn, my lord. We are not in danger. Events have proven you fortunate, sorcerer. To what do you owe this present bout of nauseous optimism? We have received a message, Lord Bale. We have a new ally who is more than ready to betray the Blood Ravens. Excellent. Prepare for what is to come, and dispose of this idiot.
Why? How have I failed?
You were stupid enough to personally deliver ill news to Lord Bale, and we cannot abide stupidity.
Brother Matteo, report.
The Chaos Forces have rent an impassable chasm through the center of the city and have taken up position in a temple. The battle is upon us, Captain.
We are arriving at your position momentarily. Hold the chasm. I will deal with the temple.
It will be done.
You are finished, Apothecary. Had the Emperor not intended I suffer, then I would feel no pain. What foul acts are these heathens involved in?
They are performing a ceremony to release the key from its bindings. We must stop them.
Yes. We will need to break down the mighty doors of that once glorious temple. It appears they have rent a chasm across the city, stopping us from reaching the other side. An outpost with machine cults located here gives us access to the vehicles we will surely require. Secure the outpost and stop that ceremony.
Apothecary here.
Alright, what do we have for units?
What is your order?
Grab that, first order of business.
The first step on the road to disappointment.
And... oh, look at that. There's a lot of fighting going on. Possessed Marines. interesting. Okay, well, we should actually probably hurry. Oh, we actually have a base. Okay, cool. I was not aware of that. I thought we had nothing. Okay, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. One thing I really like... One thing I really like about this game is I think they do a great job of easing players into the Warhammer 40k universe. Like, I haven't really talked much about Warhammer 40k, but I feel like it hasn't been necessary because the game does a pretty good job of explaining it. Like, you have those narrations at the beginning of each chapter going on about, oh, this is what this is all about. Like, even about, like, the Traitor Legions, like, oh, like, some 10 millennia ago. It's like, oh, okay, like, I get the... They give you enough information so that you can play the game and understand what's going on. Is it a detailed explanation? Absolutely not. It's not like, oh, here's the Horus Heresy, and this is what happened during the Horus Heresy. No, it's just, here's a quick summary to get you into the game. Which, I think that's fair. It's not like they could do a very comprehensive explanation because this is still just a game, right? There's only so much time they have to work with. Oh, are they losing ground? Looks like it. Look at those Chaos Space Marines. Oh, they're Alpha Legion. I was wondering what Legion they were. Very interesting. Alright, where's my other... Okay, he's building the listening post. So our plan is probably his business as usual. Speaking of, like, storytelling and mediums, this is why I think you can get more... you get a more in-depth story into a book, or like into a book more than so than a movie, or even in games, depending on the game too, right? Actually, let's get the Apothecary out of here. He doesn't need to be here. You two can fight that. I want to get a Sacred Artifact as quickly as possible. In a movie, typically speaking, they only have like 2 hours to tell the story, right? Let's build a turret as well, actually. Build it here, right? Get out of there! Not the Apothecary! Wow, okay. Oh, we should have gotten the Assault Marines in there. What was I thinking? Wow, that was a blunder. And likewise, you can get more storytelling in, say, a TV series because, you know, you have multiple hours of shows. Like, you have, simply put, there's more room to tell a story. And then I could argue that books even more so because you can put a lot of description in those pages. But even then, books you can kind of go through pretty quickly. Though I would easily argue that they have much more potential to tell a comprehensive story than, say, a movie. Does that necessarily mean that they tell better stories? No, not necessarily. I'd say probably not even... Well, it depends what you're into, right?
Yes, Lord.
But you can definitely get more details from a book. I would maintain. Oh, cool. There's another strategic point right here, too. And games, I think, are all over the map. So, for an RTS like this, I think this game has more story than... I gotta be careful, actually. I was gonna say this game has more storytelling than most other RTSs, but I think it's more of earlier RTSs had less story, and then the further you went into the years, the more storytelling potential. Not even potential. Well, I guess potential because you have more technology and hardware to deal with. Which I basically is a roundabout saying that the computers are stronger, so they can they have more memory to work with, so they can actually do, you know, a more comprehensive story on the subject of comprehensive stories. And I think there is a chasm here. Like, I think we have to jump across.
Follow me into battle.
Alright, we gotta be careful. This is gonna be a tough fight. Here, we can actually... Oh, I can't touch this. Space Marines. Oh, we're gonna lose them. Run away, kites! Okay, run away. You'll let these guys fight. Here we go. Alright, they're doing okay now.
Today the enemy acknowledges the error. Hide it well.
Alright, what do we need to do? We need to get more power. And the reason why I changed my viewpoint on the RTS argument is because I was thinking about, like, StarCraft 2 has a big story, or at the very least they spend a lot of time on the story, but just because they spend a lot of time on the story doesn't necessarily mean it was a good one. I liked StarCraft 2's story campaign, but I'll talk more about that when I finally get around to playing the campaign of that, which that will come. I do want to play StarCraft 2 on my channel. Where is the Chapel Barracks? Here it is. We need to get an armory. We also need to upgrade this, so we need the armory. Okay, cool. Armory, where are you? Here. Actually, if we can sneak it on the inside, that'd be really nice. There you go.
What's your order?
Hope is the first step on the road to
And we need
disappointment.
someone else to build more listening posts. Interesting. Where are they at? So here he is. And likewise, in the same vein, some people enjoy the story of a movie more than, say, a book. Like, I've read some pretty, like, dry books that weren't very interesting. But then I've also watched The Dark Knight
Its gates unbarred
twice
and unguarded.
in the same day. Does that and I think for The Dark Knight, that's just me enjoying the medium. Does that necessarily mean the story's good? I think you can have a good movie, even though the story might not be top notch. I enjoyed the story of The Dark Knight, but I don't know if I'd say that was the strongest point. I think there's many things that can go into a movie that make it enjoyable. Or same thing for games, right? Like, StarCraft 2, I would argue, probably not the most interesting story, but I'd say the gameplay is top notch. Highlights for me, I like that all StarCraftness. But I'd also say that, you know, Brood War has a superior story to StarCraft 2, and this is all subjective, of course, but I don't think it's as fun to play. I'm going to get a swig of water, 1 second. And we're back. Gonna do some upgrades. Yeah, because I think, let me see, we have to jump to get across. Yeah, we just need to jump, so I don't want to spend too much on
Heresy grows from idleness.
regular Space Marines, because I remember the first time I ever played this mission, I got a ton of regular Space Marines, and then I couldn't carry them across. It was very sad. I'm almost positive you need to jump over.
Yes, my lord.
Today,
Here, we
the
can actually even
enemy
scout
shall
the Force
fear.
Commander just to confirm my suspicions.
Space Marines, advance! By my command. Attack!
So,
Space Marines, advance!
a question I had,
By my command. Attack!
Taking heavy fire.
Cultists, this is bad news, man.
Softly.
You ever watch them tear up these cultists? Oh, they sound irritating.
What would you
My question is, do you guys have, like, Friday evening eating habits? As what I mean by that, there it is. What I mean by that.
stands with
Is there anything you like to do on Friday evenings? Like, I know for me, I typically get some junk food on a Friday evening because it's the start of the weekend. It's like time to celebrate.
for the Imperium.
Well, maybe celebrate is a bit of a strong word, but I enjoy my weekends, right? So I like to well,
Today, the enemy
now I'm self-conscious because I don't want to sound like a fat
this day
pig on
shall
the
be a
internet.
glorious one.
But I've already probably said enough controversial things that some people have probably low opinions of me.
The alien, the mutant.
Oh, and now goes the cultist. But if I want to eat like junk food, I'm gonna eat it on like the Friday evening or the weekend. Cause I mean, like, why eat fatty food on a Monday? Like, you still gotta survive the rest of the week. Oh, should we build a machine cult there? Probably not. We'll build a secret artifact. Start getting those upgrades very early. Yes. No. Here. Upgrade all of these as well. And here we go. During the week, you try and eat healthy, but the weekends, that's when it's a party time. Because you have time off, you can enjoy yourself. Although there's probably some of you guys like, yeah, during the weekends, I eat strictly oatmeal. Nothing wrong with oatmeal. Nothing in the slightest. Oatmeal's a little bit bland for me, though. I don't know how we segued talking about oatmeal, but by George, we did it. Wait, can we actually get... Should I say? I'm not sure. Okay, so we'll park you here for now. And we'll try and get some stuff done with Force Commander.
Space Marines, advance.
I know I asked you guys about... Oh, do we not have to jump? No, I still think we do. Oh, Chaos Space Marines? That's gonna be tough to take. How well is he doing?
Today the enemy shall know fear.
He's not doing so well. We're gonna get him out of there. He's
Follow my lead.
these guys help him out, which he doesn't have the support of. He might die actually, to be honest, but I'm fine with that. Unless we upgrade him. Oh, we need the machine cult, not the sacred artifact.
The Emperor.
We need a sacred artifact for tier 3. Right, gotcha. Okay, so we'll be on a tier 2 for a bit. No, wait, what? No, because we got the one upgrade, so I'd say that's tier 2. Tier 3? Oh, maybe it needs both. Oh, who knows? I mean, we can find that out, but I got bigger things to do. Bigger fish to fry.
No such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Yeah, okay, so he can't attach himself to those squads. Which makes sense, because they can jetpack and fly around. And we've been neglecting upgrades. So if our Space Marines get, you know, bamboozled, this is why.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Okay, so we'll head down here, get ready to smash some faces in. I can't believe we lost the Apothecary, that kind of hurt. This is fully upgraded.
Taking damage. Your order.
My faith is my shield. Follow me into
Okay, fight these Marines, man. Oh, this only rallies them, so it only restores their morale. Okay, these Chaos Marines are getting slaughtered. See, I like watching just the game play out, and that's one of the problems of RTS, is if you want to play it properly, like, doing stuff like that isn't quote-unquote good, because while I'm watching these guys fight, then I'm not, you know, looking somewhere else and, like, issuing commands. Like, I'm just sitting there watching. And typically in RTSs, you want to be busy. Whereas with this, like, you can't be busy. Because... What do you mean you can't be busy? I meant it in the sense that you can't be busy while you're watching these guys fight, but that's part of the fun of the RTS games, is watching these animations. Which is why sometimes I enjoy the campaign, because you can, like, just sit back and watch them, especially in Dawn of War, because they put a lot of work into, like, the some of the animations. But they, even then, though, too, like, for games like StarCraft, you can still watch the... Even when you're trying to play the game at an optimal level, you still see things happen. Which is cool, but you can't... Sometimes I can't watch as much as I'd like to. It's like, oh, even though I want to watch this battle play out, I should go back to my base and, you know, micro or macro. And I think sometimes the content of the... or the quality of the content suffers a little bit for it.
He who stands with me shall be.
But then I also think there's some people who's like, okay, I don't want to watch you, like, play through Dawn of War and, like, gawk at the Marines fighting the other Marines. I want to see you, like, play, like, at a high level and, like, smash people's faces in.
By my command.
Can we get into there? Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, we might be fine.
Follow me into battle.
No, we need to use the Salt Marines. Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
We prevail.
Don't want to jump over there. How do we get across again? We might need more Space Marines. Yeah, this might be it, to be honest. That's a lot of them, though. I think we're better off going here.
I shall never tire.
Alright, well, now we know what we need to do. I almost think we should get the machine cult so we can get more upgrades. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We can even place it right here. And then we can start getting power upgrade. Infantry. Grab this. Get more Salt Marines, because we can definitely afford them.
At your command.
Cap this.
Objective acquired. Fate is our shield.
Emperor protects.
Okay, more upgrades for the Space Marines, so we're in business, and we will try and make the leap soon. I wonder if this affects the sergeants for these squads. Because he has a chainsword right now, yeah? Yeah, he does. So that'll make him a little bit more effective. Because we need to make the assault squads as strong as possible. Simply due to the fact that, like, that's all we can use, right? So right now it's just one squad of Space Marines? Actually, it's two squads, but it's almost just a full squad. So they'll be fine for that. But over here, that'd be a little bit more difficult. We can still take it, I think we have to, but just something to think about. And let's see if we upgrade the sergeants at all. Yes, they have the power swords now. Make them a little bit better. And a power fist, alright. And then we get this upgrade. Tier 3, that is. And we'll be well on our way. We need another servitor to build a listening post. Where are they? There's one here.
I shall obey.
Which is good. So us going a little bit slowly through here is not actually a bad thing, I would argue. Because now we're going to have a lot of resources so we can get things done. Oh, I was wondering if we took too long. Oh, they're just throwing cultists at them. They're fine. Okay, and once these guys fully reinforce, then we'll hop on over. Can they shoot from here? Yeah, not worth it. We're better just flying them over. And grab you guys as well. They take some time to reinforce. I guess that makes sense because they're assault marines. Have your strong units reinforce a little bit more slowly. Oh, actually, we can deep strike. Oh, that's a delicious idea. And actually, we shouldn't go too hard on the assault marines because I don't want to use them later. They're fine, but they're not as versatile as tactical marines at all. They're there for mobility, so they're good for like the setup teams. Like they can get in their face immediately, which is great, but they don't have the versatility of assault marines. But also, that being said, that also means I won't actually get like all missile turrets for them. Or missile launchers, sorry. I don't know why I apologize for using the wrong word. I wonder if someone actually finds that offensive. I mean, if they did, they wouldn't be watching this channel, because, good lord, I make those mistakes all the time. Alright, you guys are gonna get wrecked. Okay, I think we wait till we get 3 squads over. Because this is gonna be messy. Okay, you guys need to get over. I need to manually micro them over. How are they doing? I think they're getting destroyed, actually. I mean, we fully upgraded them, so that's going to be helpful. Ooh. Oh, come on. Okay, this is a bit of a slugfest, but that's alright. They're giving fire support. There you go. Okay, everyone got over. Good. Okay, good thing we got it. That is just many some races we did. Otherwise, I don't know if we would have made it across. Well, we would have made it across, but whether or not we could have taken it, that would have been a different story. Alright, orbital relay, let's go. Right there, perfect. The vehicle cap increase, that's good. Get these other upgrades too. Can't let these guys tear this thing up. And then we can start deep striking dreadnoughts, so that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, to be honest.
Yes, most
And we can upgrade requisition again. This is good. This is good. This is a bit of an easier mission, I would say. Well, who knows? I haven't done any of this, so it might be insane. Then we can start looking at increases for our infantry. Cap size. There we go. Finished off that sentence before it became incorrect. Wait for this cap. Oh, I thought that was a predator. I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be a problem. Alright, anytime. Oh, okay, I thought the orbital relay was done. I'm like, there we go. Actually, that's probably what we could have done anyways. But I don't think that's what they intend Peel to how. Whoops. I don't think that's how they intend Peel to play this mission. I think they want you to take these submarines and go as quickly as possible. However, I think taking up to tier 3 quickly and just using the orbital relay, that would be a fun way to do it. I think these guys are getting destroyed. Yeah, the possessed marines. They're very gruesome too. Chaos is probably my it's definitely one of my favorite factions in Dawn of War. It's just so interesting, just like having these marines like end up fall from grace. Like, look at that. It's like they're space marines, but they let demons like take over them. Hey, look at that detail. That's nasty. Whoa! Smoke everywhere. Okay, that's a cultist head. I was wondering what that was. Alright, and this might be a problem. I don't know if we should have done this. And while that's going on, we're going to look at the orbital relay. I think we go for dreadnoughts as soon as possible. I think that's the play. Oh, okay, well, the submarines are getting torn up a little bit. Ooh, we need to arcade the orbital relay as well. Did I do that? I did not. That's fine, though. See, and actually, this is why I'm thinking maybe we want the orbital relay, too. Or like, maybe that the game designers intended you to have it, because assault marines are okay, but they're running the struggle bus a little bit. Because all they really excel as marine, or assault marines excel at marines. No, they only really excel at like melee combat. Like that's their whole stick. They're designed to do melee combat, and they do it well because like they jump right in there, and, you know, get into it. But they have their limitations, like you know they're not good against armored vehicles, and they're not good against buildings. And furthermore, like, say if you jump the Marines into, say, a squad of Banshees, it's like, well, like, that's fine. They're not bad against the Banshees, but it's not like you're really punishing the Banshees by jumping into them. Like, it's like, oh, no, like, he jumped the Marines into my Banshees. It's like, that's fine, because Banshees are dedicated melee specialists as well, right? So, oh, we can actually... I wonder if we can do this. Can we just claim this? Oh man, dreadnoughts are so cool, man. Oh, they've actually done a fair bit of damage on that. Interesting, and it's cool that they didn't let you just cap it. Or that, sorry, sending a dreadnought over there didn't immediately convert them to your side. Because that'd be a very easy way to cheese this mission.
The outpost is secure.
Oh, actually, it
The
did
doors to
count.
this temple were designed to stop all but the most violent impacts. To bring them down, we will need the power of hellfires and predators.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, the servitor's over here. What a bum.
Here to serve. I shall
Here, well, we'll get another one then.
We have been blessed by the power of the Land Raiders. Seek the privilege of their service at the Machine Cult.
Here to serve. What is your will?
Alright, let's build a chapel barracks. That is my will, good sir. Build me a chapel barracks, and then I think that's all we really need.
I will do as you ask. Yes.
He's repairing that. That's fine.
Yes, my lord.
You guys can cap this, and they can cap that as well. Is that another? Ah, it is too. Okay, so we have 2 machine cults. Not bad at all. And we could probably upgrade the vehicle capacity once again.
Here
Yes, we
to
can.
serve. Here to serve.
Can we get... No, we can only have 1 orbital relay. Boo earns. That's fine. We don't really need it. It was certainly more of a want at this point. Let's build a thermal generator.
Area secure.
Thermal plasma generator.
Initializing protocol.
Oh, what happened?
What is your order? Objective acquired.
No! No! I can't believe we did that. That's okay. Probably want to sneak in some predators if we can. Fully upgrade it.
We stand ready.
This is okay. Let me see. So we'll get 2 more dreadnoughts. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Here to serve.
Alright, and we can't build anything with you, which kind of sucks.
I await your.
Can we get you guys over there at all?
Any position on the objective.
I don't think we can, unfortunately.
I exist to
Yeah, that's the
serve.
one, beef I have of this level, is that you have to use the Assault Marines.
We are
Which isn't really a problem, because it's, they only force you to do it for 1 level, and that's fair, I get that.
awaiting orders.
But it can create problems for you if you, the first time I did this, I didn't know about it, and I was like, okay, we'll just do this. Just get like a bunch of regular Marines, but then I can cross, the valley, or the chasm, and I was like, oh. And also, we didn't cap this, because we have minimap issues.
Onward to glory.
Can we, jump over there? Come on, animals.
To the skies.
Wow, they could jump far.
Weapons at ready.
Here, let's cap that. And we can always get a Land Raider Redeemer, but... Or, sorry, a Land Raider. Ooh. Wow, that costs a lot of resources.
Is eternal. I have awoken.
Into the maelstrom of battle. Into the maelstrom of battle.
Faith is eternal. I am the instrument of his will.
Okay, I think we're ready for action.
Heresy grows from
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
Alright,
yourself.
We are the
we're just gonna go in there.
Serve again.
Yes, my lord.
Alright.
Fear denies faith.
I don't think I'm gonna bother
Under fire.
reinforcing my Assault Marines.
Faith is eternal.
Never vigilant.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw
Okay, you guys can get in there as well.
Awaiting orders.
my faith is my shield.
Alright, so that thing seems to be going over pretty well so far. Need more Terminators. What was it? Eldar. Oh, okay.
Today the enemy shall not fear.
I guess we'll reinforce them. No reason not to, I suppose. Can we just A-click to here?
By my command.
Death I still
Attack.
serve.
No. Grab that.
Awaiting orders.
What would you have me do?
We want the relics, then we can start getting the Land Raider. And we'll get a sacred artifact as well, so we can get apothecaries on the side.
721
At
initiated.
your command.
And jump over here.
Activating jump pad.
Emperor protects.
Colors won't be doing a whole lot to us. Colors are very weak. They cost 2 supply, and they don't seem like they're great units. I've never really played around with them myself, but I don't have sufficient evidence to suggest that they would be any good. Oh, we want Terminators. Hello. Yeah, let's get that.
Today the enemy shall fear.
Well, let's get this relic first.
Enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
You guys are gonna get toasted, so we'll have you jump over here. Oh, and let's upgrade these as well. What do they even do? We should probably look before we upgrade. Effective against armor units. Okay, that's alright. I'm fine with that. No reason not to try them out, I suppose. Alright, and we'll capture this relic.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
More dudes. Alright, cool.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Is my Terminators ready? Are my Terminators ready? They're almost ready. Grab the sergeants, and we can get our apothecaries out on this side of the battlefield. I realize our army's mostly melee, but I'm not really bothered by that because melee is just fun for me. Like both in this game, but also in other games too. I've always been a big fan of using melee attacks. Like even in like The Last of Us, I was always the player that would try and use punches and strangleholds if I could, in favor of say like your typical weaponry like guns and things similar to that. Oh, some range games destroyed. We'll do this. Oh, he wasn't even in range for that. Okay, this should work out pretty well, I'd assume. Orbital bombardment does some pretty good damage. I didn't realize there was like this many Space Marines though. Ho ho ho! Can we get more? Here we go. More dreadnoughts. 8 dreadnoughts. I feel like this game got a little bit easier once I got the orbital relay, which is the ability to reinforce with dreadnoughts from anywhere on the map is glorious. That's one thing I should mention about the Space Marines too, and their hat in these kinds of games, that they're very balanced. Like they're kind of like the starter faction. Like I don't think there's anything they necessarily excel at, but they can do anything, right? Like so. For example, like what I'm doing right now, I have a very melee-based army, which is cool, but you can definitely build a Space Marine army that deals very good range damage. And again, like this armory is probably a bad example because it's very melee focused, and like I wouldn't trust it to be good against ranged units. But you can build a rage army that's like very good against range.
With haste, stop them before they can finish.
Sir, the Imperial Guard have arrived.
Praise victory is ours. Today the enemy shall wipe the not attack. Praise the Emperor. Space Marines, cleanse these heretics.
Traitor Guardsmen, oh, this is not a fair fight for them. Whereas other factions in the game, like say actually the Imperial Guard excel in ranged combat. Like they're not even like a faction in this game, but in the expansions, they excel in ranged combat, but they suck in melee. If you get them tied up in melee, like they're in for a very rough time. Whereas Space Marines, like, sure they don't excel in like melee or range, like a tactical squad of Marines, but say if you get Howling Banshees on them, it's not too big of a deal. Like, they're still fine at melee. Like, they might not be as good as the Banshees, but they're not pushovers either. Like, you could have a squad of tactical marines defeat Banshees in melee. Like, sure, the odds are against them, and like you need to reinforce and do other things. But it's possible. Whereas getting guardsmen to achieve the same thing, very unlikely. Are they firing? Oh, this is regular chaos. Okay. Yes, excuse me.
My faith is my shield.
Even in death, I still serve.
Oh, okay, cool. We did it. Which is good, because my nose is getting really itchy and I'm going to scratch it hard.
Inquisitor Toth has arrived at your request.
And what do our scouts say?
The guard's distraction was a success. The Chaos Lord and his host escaped. We are, however, tracking their movements and questioning some of the traitor guard that we captured.
How could I not have seen this? How is it I am blind when it matters the most?
Are you referring to these traitorous guardsmen or the destruction of your homeworld, Cyrene?
I should have seen the rot before it spread. Instead, I was blind for far too long. I put my own world to the torch. I killed with the Inquisition's eager sanction and watched too many innocents die in a holy firestorm. And yet, here I am again at yet another doorstep, with the executioner's blade in my very hand.
Blessed is the mind too small for doubt, Gabriel. Perhaps there is truth in there, for the both of us.
I still believe, old friend. I believe in the sovereign might of the Golden Throne, and in the purity of the Imperium.
But you have lost faith in yourself.
Only in what I see, Isidore. Only in what I see.
And what is it that you see, Captain?
I see conspirators and liars more concerned with their own agenda than the will of the Emperor.
I am not so easily cowed by such displays, Captain.
You lied to me and cost me men.
Better they died, their blood pure. If you feel warranted in handing out recriminations, then their deaths are on your head. I warned you to leave this world, to leave Tartarus for the Warp Storm.
Your words still ring untrue, Inquisitor. I know you were here before we arrived.
I am not in the habit of explaining my actions, Captain. But yes, I was here before you arrived, stalking after horrors to strip my knights of their dreams.
The same horrors that the legions of chaos seek.
On Tartarus, there are no coincidences, Captain. There is only the storm that winnows the faithful from the heretic.
Are we faithful men, Toth? Good servants of the Emperor? It is time for us to put aside our differences. What do they seek, Toth? What do you seek here?
This world is cursed, Captain. Thousands of years ago, an artifact of ancient evil power was lost here. The forces of chaos seek this artifact. They've sought it for centuries, but have never held all the pieces of the puzzle.
And now they do.
An Imperial excavation team uncovered the first marker, and word somehow got to the enemy. With the knowledge of the exact planet and the first marker, it was a simple matter to uncover the remainder. Now they have the last piece necessary. A key to unearth the artifact itself.
What is this artifact?
A stone, called the Maledictum. It contains a creature of great evil, a creature of chaos itself. The stone imprisons a demon, one of untold power.
How is it possible that the citizens of Tartarus did not know this? These artifacts lay buried beneath their own cities.
From what I surmise, the demon within the Maledictum may be imprisoned, but it is not powerless. It can still influence people with visions and madness. The ancient text in the Registratum Malpheus speaks of a warp storm that visited this system at an age when many Space Marine chapters were still young. The storm drove the inhabitants of this planet insane. Under the demon's influence, they hit the markers and buried the Maledictum to protect it against hunters like myself. When colonists returned to this world, they remained ignorant of the perils. They built over the dark places, never knowing what lay beneath.
And the Eldar, did they seek this power for themselves?
No, it was they who imprisoned the demon in the first place. The Eldar fiercely safeguard knowledge of the stone against all others, going so far as to interfere in our efforts to find it. As Chaos's most ancient enemy, they see themselves as the only capable defense against its influence. And we have paid for their arrogance.
I assume there is still time to avert disaster.
This is already a disaster. The power of the Maledictum is enough to turn the faithful and drive men mad. Many of the Imperial Guard and local population have already turned, as you've seen. It's affecting you, and your men as well. I can feel it. It is calling the Warp Storm to eclipse this system. It wants to trap us here, with it, so it can force even the best of us to serve its twisted will. This is why I encouraged you to leave. Why I still encourage it.
You know I cannot do that. I will not shrink away in the face of evil.
I would do no less. Enough. Let us end this bickering and face our enemy united. Together, we have a better chance of finding and destroying the Maledictum.
They are weak, terrified of the power that you alone are strong enough to control. It is yours. Yours for the taking. But they mean to destroy it, those small-minded fools. Think of the good you could do in the name of the Emperor. Think of the power you could wield. It is all yours for the taking.
The Maledictum is mine.
Well, that's not a good sign. Oh boy, mission success. Mission success. Oh dear. Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!